The streets will never love you back. The streets will never love you back.
Hey guys. Well, today I got another Bath Avenue story for you. You're going to like this one. Now, this is the time when after we did that botched robbery with Tommy Reynolds shooting the woman by accident, Chris Paciello wants to meet with me. He calls me up. He says, Jimmy, we have to talk. And he wants to meet me in Staten Island. Now, Chris Paciello is a Staten Island guy. He was a New Springville kid. He was a member of the Untouchables. One of his friends, the leader of that Untouchable crew was Michael Marola from Staten Island. They killed him at the age of 21 years old, but he was one of the leaders of that crew. And Lee DeVanzo also was a member of that crew, the Staten Island crew. And eventually they became the New Springville Boys. And Chris Paciello was very well respected. Lee DeVanzo was very well respected. You had the Costanzas out there, Jimmy Franny, and the cousin Danny, Joe Gambino at the time, young kid. But they had the little crew out there. They had a crew like us. They were like a farm crew out of Bananos. And they were all around TG, Tony Graziano. And also you had the kid Junior Pagan. Junior Pagan was married to Graziano, the daughter. And he was a tough kid too. We'll tell some stories about him later on too, Junior Pagan. But Chris wants to meet me, and I'm leery about meeting him for the fact of, you know what? We are all now involved in a homicide. The kid Michael Yamin, Tommy Reynolds, me, Chris Paciello. And this is some serious shit. And who wants to talk about this, right? We wish this never happened. But now this is all on our head and our shoulders. And we know sooner or later it's going to come out. What's going on? What happened? So we make a date to meet at the Victory Inn in Staten Island. I tell Paulie G about this. I said, Paul, the kid Chris Paciello, he wants to meet me and talk about something. And I know what he wants to talk about. So Paulie G says, you want me to come with you? I go, yeah, sure. Why not? You know, who's a better guy than to have than Paulie G? You know, Paulie G's got my back. So one night, me and Paulie G, we drive down to Staten Island, and we get off the Victory Boulevard exit. Now, as soon as you get off the Victory Boulevard exit, you have the Victory Inn Hotel. The hotel is now called, I think, the Ramada Inn, but back then it was called the Victory Inn. And so we pull over to the side. I wait for Chris, and eventually Chris shows up, and Chris is with Lee DeVanzo. Lee DeVanzo is a tough kid from Staten Island. Uh, I went out with him a couple of times. I knew him. Well respected kid. And he comes with Chris Paciello. So I'm sitting in the car. When they pull up, Paulie G says, he says, Jimmy, why don't we kill both of them right now? I'll jump out. We'll kill both of them. You know what? Put this behind you. Forget about this. It's two mouths that are closed that we'll never talk about it again. So me, I wasn't the type to kill like that. That wasn't me. That wasn't my heart. I was like, no, you know what? Let me just talk to him and let me see what happens from there. So I get out of the car. Chris gets out of the car. I wave to Lee. Lee waves to me. And we know what this is about. It's about the woman that got killed, Tommy Reynolds shot. So we're talking, and when Chris is talking, he's talking with his mouth covered. And I start talking with my mouth covered. And we start saying, you know what? Let's not never talk about this again. Anyone who ever talks about this again is a stool pigeon and a rat. We talk about Reynolds, we talk about what happened, how the fuck did this happen? And we're just shaking our heads. So as I'm talking to him, like I said, Paulie G wants to kill both of them. I see Paulie G open up the car door and he gets out and he wants us, and like he starts walking towards me. Now I'm saying to myself, this fucking kid, Paulie, is gonna kill the kid Chris. So I go like this, Chris, you know what? Let me go. I shake his hand, listen, talk to you soon. Okay, anything, just give me a call. Okay. And I rush over to where Paulie G's walking towards me, and I grab Paulie G's hand. I said, come on, let's get out of here. I said, no, I spoke to the kid. The kid's good. He's a stand-up kid. And we just wanted to make sure that we were both on the same page, that we're never going to talk about this again. But Paulie G wanted to kill Chris Paciello and Lee DeVanzo. I saved their life that day, okay, because he wanted to do that, and I stopped him. I drive back with Paulie G to Brooklyn, and I tell him the conversation I had with Chris, that we'll never talk about this again. This should never come up again. And everybody's worried about this, of course, some serious shit and crazy. But these are the times that went on between the 80s and 90s and all this craziness. Now, I was introduced to Chris by Gerard Bellafiore. And me and Chris was always cool. I was always cool with him. He was always a money kid. All he wanted to do was make money and steal. The same thing with the kid Lee. And they were good at what they did. They got caught, of course. Eventually, you keep on robbing, you're going to get caught. But this is a page out of my life, my story, that I want to share with all you people. Going back when I was a kid, I thought I could walk through walls, and I thought that it would never end. But I learned the hard way, and I had to pay a price. And every day I have to live with this on my shoulders, the things that I did. Now, of course, I have to figure myself, because I'm a believer in Christ. And once I gave my life to God, and I gave my life to God a long time ago, I changed my old ways. And now, every day I will make my crooked life past, my crooked past right. And it's very hard living with things, and it's not easy for sure. But at the end of the day, you do the right thing, right things will do you. That's what comes out of it. So if I could do anything for anybody out there, reach out to me. TheRealJimmyCalandra@gmail.com. I'm here to help other people. And I met a lot of friends on here on YouTube. And some of you people became my family. And I love you dearly. And thank you for the support. Thank you for the love. With that said, I hope you enjoyed this Beth Avenue story. I'll give you another one tomorrow. Love you guys. Enjoy your Tuesday. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye, guys. The streets will never make you grow. It's not a seed, it's a gutter. There's no happy endings in this life. So this is my message to you. The streets will never love you back.